Hi, I'm Mike. In this video, I want to talk about what you can do when you get stuck in learning a language. My short answer is to use not just one, but several different methods and switch between them. It might sound chaotic, but the key here is to make that chaos part of your discipline. Let me explain. I'll provide you with techniques that I'm using to learn my target language, which is Japanese. But you can apply these tips to any language you're learning. For example, I'm using a certain application that teaches me grammar, vocabulary that I should systematically repeat, texts to read, audios to listen to, and so on. There is a lot of things I can do in the application. But after a certain amount of time, I can feel that my progress has slowed down. Just because I'm using the app every day, almost every day. The perception gets kind of numb. I can't understand or memorize what I'm learning. Should I take a break from the app? Yep, but should I take a break from learning overall? I got a better option. I will try to use other tools that I can find. For example, besides the application, I have also bought some books that actually helped me with the very first steps in learning my target language. It took me 2 months just to learn the most basic glyphs.
While I was editing this video, I realized I forgot to say that just because I know the glyphs doesn't mean I can read Japanese freely. I also need to know hieroglyphs to be able to read, and there are around 2,000 basic ones.
And so when I realized that I needed the second book to learn the hieroglyphs, I found it online and I ordered it. And while I was waiting for the delivery, it happened that I found the application I was talking about. So the transition was natural for me. I didn't have time to get tired of the first method. And while I was waiting for the second part of it, I delved into the second method. That naturally helped me to get some rest from the books. And then when the second book was delivered to me, I was really excited. I started using it.
Sorry, I'm interrupting too much, but the footage was glitching at that point. All I wanted to say is that in approximately 3 months, I felt that the repetitiveness of that method was taking its toll on me.
I couldn't understand what I was doing because I couldn't memorize it. Getting back to the main application didn't feel right at that time either. And I thought that was the burnout. And I thought that I needed some rest. And I had some by using another application. Sounds like some masochism, but hear me out. That's when I decided to try Duolingo. This is not an ad, nothing here is promoted, because who is going to pay me for a channel with 29, nonetheless, great subscribers? Thank you guys. But anyway, as you can see here, that's my 40th day of using Duo. These 40 days made me realize something. Duo is doing a great job at keeping me at my current level. It makes me repeat same things over and over again. And that's a proved method of memorizing new information. Repetition is the mother of mastery. You can't deny it. Plus, you can hear what you're practicing. You don't just read it. The thing is, if I solely rely on Duolingo, I'll have very slow progress. The gamified method it uses is, of course, cool and refreshing, but the more I use it, the more I feel like I'm playing, not learning. So I think I got to the point where I've almost got tired of the third method. It really helped me remember all the stuff I've already learned, but it's time to move on. A small addition, it was also a solid bridge between two of my main learning sessions, two main learning periods. It was a pleasure to get back to my main app and continue studying with it. A little later, when I feel comfortable with it, I will get to my book as well. So it's more than natural to get tired of what you're doing over and over again. You don't want to quit learning your language, right? What you want to do is to make the progress a bit more vibrant, more diverse. There are much more methods nowadays, such as watching movies, series, animations, reading books, listening to podcasts, listening to songs, watching YouTube videos, practicing with tutors, using paid services, and I'm pretty sure there is much more in the market, but you got the idea. To conclude my message, I'm going to say that you can't avoid burnout. The hardships are inevitable. Some periods of learning may be easy, but some of them may convince you to quit what you're doing. Even if you have great motivation, it might not work for you the entire time. At some point it might become bleak, not so important. It might stop being the fuel of your progress. Creating discipline is also hard, but it's realistic. Another way to summarize this video is to say, don't keep the streak in just one method, but rather keep the streak of your entire goal. I hope that makes sense. Try juggling the methods, and whenever you feel exhausted, try to look at your target language from a different perspective, aka find new methods. Thanks for watching, guys. This is, I think, all I wanted to share with you in this video. All the stuff I'm talking about here is based on my own experience. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it, consider leaving a comment. You may say what you want to hear about in next videos. Don't forget to subscribe, this will help a lot, and keep learning. See ya!